everybody. Happy Monday. It's so nice to see everybody. Let me welcome a new member, Alessio Bracco. Thank you for joining. And whose birthday is it? Let's see here. Braden Peltz. Happy birthday. It's so nice to see everybody. We have a lot of interesting stories to go over today. I know some of you have some certain things that some of you tweeted me and were like, why aren't you talking about this? Well, at the end of the stream, we do 10 minutes of Ask Me Anything. So after we go over these stories, you're of course welcome to ask me about anything that you would like. I might not answer you, but hey, why not give it a whirl? See if I will. So thank you very much. One thing I want to also point out to you is that if I do a stream tomorrow, it'll be early in the day. It'll probably be noon. If I can't make that, there will be no stream tomorrow. That's right, Ivan. The Shang-Chi social media embargo lifts this evening, and the review embargo is next week. So anyway, the other thing that I want to point out to you is that tomorrow in New York City, the vaccine mandate does a soft launch. That means if you want to go inside anywhere, you will have to show proof of vaccination, from restaurants to movie theaters to plays to museums, etc. Any indoor venue, you will have to show proof of vaccination. So if you're in the New York City area, or if you're planning to visit, make sure you carry around your proof of vaccination, and then also you'll need your ID as well to verify your identity. So if you want to go inside anywhere, make sure you have those items with you, and we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous to see what happens at the movie theaters and places. I think that it could be real tough. It could be a little crazy. So you might want to not, like on Friday night, I don't know. I hope there's not going to be a bad situation. Even more, it is like Contagion. You had to show proof of immunity to be able to walk around in that movie. That movie is really, really impressive in how it gets everything right. Harlequin Dove, a picture of your card is sufficient on the phone, I believe. There is an app that apparently makes it more legit, but I think just a picture will be fine as long as you have the picture. I can't say for sure, but I think that if you have a picture of the card and your ID, you'll really need that ID. I can't imagine, especially with the soft launch, your business being turned away. Hey, all over the place, welcome. If you join during a live stream, I will give you a shout out. All right, let's get to today's 3 stories, and then you can ask me, of course, anything you'd like for the final 10 minutes of the stream. All right, story number 1. Boop. All right, so Wes Anderson, ever since Knives Out became this juggernaut franchise, he's got to step up his game with having an ensemble. Not only Knives Out, but TV shows like The White Lotus. Really, it used to be that having an ensemble, like Grand Hotel was one of the first movies to do that, an all-star cast. And, it used to be something that only happened occasionally. But now it's becoming very, very popular. I think particularly because it helps to have a bubble. If you have for coronavirus, you have a safe bubble. Usually it's less commitment schedule-wise to do ensemble films, but for instance, if you actually watch Knives Out, you can see that a lot of the cast members, the bigger name cast members, weren't required for that much screen time. And Ana de Armas, who wasn't as big a star at the time, had the majority of the scenes, and she was like the least expensive actress in terms of salary. So if you look at that, you can kind of figure out how these things are done from a budgetary perspective. It's fascinating. But I think now, because of the bubbles and stuff, people having to live in a bubble to protect from COVID, everybody has to stick it out for the entirety of the shoot. But anyway, Wes Anderson, who's been making ensemble films for quite some time, he's trying to up his star power. And he's taking advantage of taking advantage of the opportunity of 2 actresses who really need a high-profile gig to kind of come off of some of the problems that they're having. So you've got Margot Robbie coming off of the Suicide Squad, not doing particularly well. And the second one for her, which has failed, she is the star of the two DC duds have starred Margot Robbie. So I think that getting this, joining this ensemble is very good for her. It looks like people still want to hire her. I think it's very helpful to her. So I think that it's a great opportunity. It's great for both of them. Everybody wins. And as for Scarlett Johansson, with the rumor that she just lost the Tower of Terror movie at Disney, which we all would have told her would happen, Scarlett Johansson really needs a big movie. Well, this isn't a big movie. I saw someone be like, take that, Disney. But this is so much less money for Scarlett Johansson. You don't get paid a lot to do these things. I mean, because they have to keep the budget down, and it's supposed to be a lesser commitment. But still, this is really good for Scarlett Johansson as well, as Scarlett Johansson can, point to a big project that she has coming up instead of just being, she wants to avoid the narrative that Disney's trying to push that they are really destroying her career. So it's good for both of them. And also, this really helps Wes Anderson because he has to fight Knives Out. Now, Knives Out, of course, is going to Netflix. It's becoming a streaming property, although I'm sure they'll try and put it in a few theaters. But they went down a little bit in terms of star power from the first movie, whereas Wes Anderson is going up in terms of star power. Now, Scarlett Johansson, as some of you were pointing out, she's been doing a lot of art house films for a while. So this just, bulks up her cred. She, of course, had Marriage Story, Jojo Rabbit. And by the way, she was phenomenal in both those movies. But this is a new dimension for Margot Robbie's career. And I think it's a smart one. I think that Margot Robbie, I think she should take a little bit of a break from blockbusters because she doesn't want to damage her career, to a point where she looks like she's not going to do well box office-wise. So I think that this is great for everybody, and this is going to be a very interesting movie. It's got a lot of the Wes Anderson regulars, but also Tom Hanks is joining. So I think that's fantastic. So I think that this is a very, very good property. And I'm very curious, by the way, as to who they will be playing, because I think that Margot Robbie and Scarlett Johansson have a bit of a similar image. So I'm curious, you would think you would cast one or the other. So the fact that they have both of them makes, that's right, all over the place. And Michael, Margot Robbie was in I, Tonya, but I feel she was miscast there, and I don't think that she did a particularly good job in that movie. I think I don't think she was she Oscar nominated for that role? She might have been. She produced it, but I don't think that was a great choice for her. But yeah, Mommy Needs a Nap. We're on the same wavelength. I could see them maybe playing sisters or, good friends. I think that there's a potential, I think their characters might be related in some way or be connected in some way. And that could be really good for both of them as well. I'd love to see more. I was just recently interviewing Hannah Waddingham on Ted Lasso, and I thought that it was You're right. Margot Robbie was phenomenal in Bombshell. I think one of her best performances. But because of that film's conservative angle, no one really paid any attention to it, even though the acting in that film was quite good. But anyway, I feel like I would love to see more female A characters, leading ladies who are friends in television and movies. So I think that would be fantastic. So I'm excited to see what roles they're playing, and I think this could be really cool. All right, so that's the first story of the day. And I think Tom Hanks in a Wes Anderson movie, that itself is going to be absolutely delightful. I'm very excited about this. And I'm glad that he's still keeping his regulars. I'm glad Wes Anderson didn't swap out his regulars and be like, movie stars, see you people who built my career. I mean, Tilda Swinton, Bill Murray, Adrian Brody, Jason Reitman, they're all still in the movie as well. So I'm excited. All right, so second story of the day. You guys are right. Boop. All right, so Hotel Transylvania 4, it was announced today, will be skipping movie theaters and going to Amazon. Because with the Delta variant, you're seeing movies either getting pushed back further or going to streaming. And Sony is doing a mix of that. Now, of course, we're all keeping our eyes on Sony because we're very worried about Spider-Man No Way Home. They just pushed Venom back a month, but, it's on the same date as Halloween Kills. I suspect that everybody suspects that one of those two movies will move. And I think Halloween Kills will be like, F you, I was on this date first. I've already been pushed back a year. Get off of here. So we'll see who blinks, though, because I think Venom's like, we're not going to move either. If they went up head to head, which of the two movies would you see? Would you see Venom or Halloween Kills that weekend? I have to wait for you guys to catch up to me for a moment. Venom, Halloween. Oh, wow, look at this. You guys are like either both or you're pretty divided. Yeah, one of those movies really needs to move. It's just a disaster. Like, who's going to get the premium screens? It's just a disaster. One of them needs to move. So anyway, we'll see what Sony decides to do with their Spider-Man films. But they have been getting rid of a lot of movies because they don't have their own streaming service. They sold Tom Hanks' Greyhound to Apple, An American Pickle to HBO Max, Happiest Season to Hulu. Then this year they've sold Fatherhood to Mitchell's vs. the Machines and Vivo to Netflix. And of course, most recently, the new Cinderella to Amazon. And now they're selling Hotel Transylvania 4 to Amazon as well. And Amazon is shelling out yet another $100 million. Amazon is like Oprah, $100 million for you, $100 million for you. That seems to be the going rate for a movie on Amazon. But they actually seem to be getting their money's worth. It's worked out quite well for them. Amazon, of course, during the pandemic has purchased My Spy, Coming to America, and The Tomorrow War, and all three of those movies performed extremely well for the service. They want to make a My Spy sequel, but Dave Bautista does not want to be an Amazon actor, it seems. Now, they haven't said what date they're going to release Hotel Transylvania 4 on the streaming service, but this seems like an absolute no-brainer to me. Who's not going to want to turn on Hotel Transylvania 4 in the safety of their home during the Halloween season and most likely watch it multiple times? It'll be available at no extra cost with your Amazon membership, and you can just watch it on a loop all Halloween season long. I suspect it'll come out probably mid-October so that, of course, you can enjoy it throughout the season. I think that's fantastic, and I think it's just a really, really good idea. Who here will watch Hotel Transylvania 4? I like this series. On Amazon. Alex is like, I'm not doing it. Wow, you guys won't. Adam Sandler, he's in this, isn't he? I think this is the final installment. Evan Moore, I applaud you saying you want to catch up with the Hotel Transylvania franchise. The first two are particularly good. ES says, my whole family has to because my little sister loves it. That's great. That's funny. I don't see an overwhelming amount, but I don't know if you guys are the target audience either. Fellow Grace says, I would not have watched it in theaters, but I'd give it a shot on Amazon. My brother loves it. Oh, that's so nice of you that so many of you are watching it with family members who care for it. You guys are the best. All right, so that's the second story of the day. So another movie bites the dust. But I have to say, based on a lot of your reactions to my Shang-Chi poll earlier today, a lot of you simply are not willing to go to the movies right now. So it's going to be problematic for theaters only with the whole problem with the Delta variant. I think we could be looking at a really rough fall and winter movie, through the end of 2021. This could be brutal. Hey, iReady, we'll have our answer when we see how Candyman and Shang-Chi do. But I think everyone's going to be looking at those movies very closely. At the very least, Sony pushing back Venom to October, mid-October, has given this some space so that they have time to make a decision after they see what the Shang-Chi numbers look like. All right, so third story of the day. Boom, baby. That's right. All over the place. You know your intros. Now, this is a great story. Now, you might be wondering, why the heck is The Good Place up there? Well, that's because the creator of The Good Place, Mike Schur, he is going to be doing this series for Peacock. Now, Field of Dreams, bringing new meaning to the words, if you build it, they will come, which is, of course, the iconic line from the movie. Now, this Field of Dreams is having an amazing week, couple of weeks. So Thursday, they had the Major League Baseball game, which I don't watch baseball, but even I tweeted out the opening because I was like, this is so incredibly well done. Huge hit, most watched regular Major League Baseball game in 16 years. So successful, they immediately said, we're doing this next year. Because they built a stadium. They built a stadium there, a professional field. They had kept the original field from the movie, but that's not regulation size. So they built a new one next to it, and I think it's becoming quite popular. As I talked to you about on Movie Math yesterday, Field of Dreams was catapulted into the top 10 on iTunes. So many people were feeling the love. And I guess Mike Schur, and of course, Universal, who has a deal with Mike Schur, felt the love as well. And so Mike Schur, who it turns out is a super fan of baseball, said, I want this to be my first drama. Mike Schur's done a lot of sitcoms. The Good Place, many of you guys are big fans of that show. I've actually never watched it, but I know it's incredibly popular. So he says, I'm going to make my first drama. I'm going to do it for A League of Their Own. So, I mean, well, actually, A League of Their Own. I love that baseball movie. That's by Penny Marshall. That's the women's baseball movie with Tom Hanks, no crying in baseball. Amazon is developing that as a series, which will compete. So it'll be curious to see which one gets out first and which one is done better. So the formula for this is how they're selling it. This is going to be the magical formula of the movie of family, baseball, Iowa, and magic. And I'll be like, is Kevin Costner going to be in this? I would think you'd have to have Kevin Costner in there, and maybe even James Earl Jones, if they can, get those people to return at least for maybe one episode or two. I'd be like, come on. Now, can they get people to watch Peacock? I watched Dr. Death on Peacock, and I loved it. What I do is I subscribe as soon as I want to watch the show, and then I immediately unsubscribe so that it doesn't have an auto-renew, and it's good for the month. And then I watched Dr. Death, and I thought it was absolutely incredible. So I think this is a no-brainer. I think it sounds like a fabulous show, and I think that there are so many people who love The Good Place that I think they might just tune into Peacock to watch this show because it comes from the same guy. So we'll see what they decide to do. That's right, Micah. Amy Madigan as well. Ray Liotta? Yeah, he's not doing anything. That's right. But he's not supposed to age, Doggomania, so that might mess it up a little bit. They can figure something out. But I think it's really great. I think it's wonderful. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think that, Peacock's really trying to build up their slate to make more people want to subscribe to the service. And I think this is a strong idea. All right, so those are the 3 stories of the day. It is 5:46. You may ask me anything you'd like until 5:56. This one hair is getting out of place. Sufjan, I have to see Shang-Chi, and then I shall make a video about all that good stuff. But I want to see it first. And I'll be seeing it very soon. That's all I want to say about it. People in California are seeing it tonight, though. Just so you know, people are seeing it tonight who are in Los Angeles, who are going to the premiere, and then the press screenings are over the next couple of days. Brett says, Grace, I got a lot of notifications saying that No Way Home trailer will drop at CinemaCon next Monday, but won't make it public. Any tea? I think there's no way that they would do that and not make it public. The trailer is ready to go. I heard it's not as exciting as you might hope. And it only features one multiverse character, as of what I heard of it. Within Sony, I think some people feel it's so overwhelming it could potentially be recut. So let's see what they decide to do. But I would be very surprised if they did that. I haven't heard anything about that. Madeline says, what puts someone in the category of movie star for you? I think someone who can sell tickets. I think that's who a movie star is. I think there are becoming less and less movie stars, but I think a lot of times movie stars today still exist, but they're less consistent. But I would still say Margot Robbie is a movie star. Definitely. Because she can, anyone who can sell tickets or get attention for your project, that's a movie star. Alan, I don't know when I'm going to Disney World again. I really wish Florida would get its act together because I would like to return. Skinny Boy German says, what are A-listers? A-listers are the peak of talent. Like they've got everything. They sell magazines. They sell tickets. They win awards. Very few A-listers left these days. Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington, Meryl Streep. Those are A-listers. Jennifer Lawrence, to some degree, is an A-lister. I think she's a little wobbly in the box office department, but I think, Hunger Games was successful enough that she's still in, I think, good shape. Alan, I'm trying to review Reminiscence. I'm trying to also review The Green Knight, which actually hits PVOD on Thursday. So I'm trying to make sure I can get a review up for that because I didn't review it when it hit theaters. Brett D says, is Free Guy going to Disney Plus or Hulu after 45 days? I believe it will go, because it's originally a Fox film, Brett. I haven't heard anything, but I do believe that it will go to PVOD, straight to PVOD, like iTunes and stuff like that, and not go to Disney Plus or Hulu. Maybe it'll go to Hulu. But I think they're going to want to get their money. So wherever it goes, I suspect there will be a charge. Stella Jack, it'll eventually go to HBO. I think that's its pay one window. But it's not going to go to HBO. It'll go to HBO first for streaming, but not with the 45-day window. The 45-day window, for you guys, it's very confusing because these rules are being changed. The 45-day window is when it will go to PVOD for purchase, not, where you have to actually buy the movie. So the way a movie now goes, just so you know, is that it starts out theatrical, then it will go to PVOD for purchase, where you have to buy it for $20 to $30. Then it will become available on PVOD for rental, where you can get it for $6 to $7. Only then after that will it go to streaming, which is its pay one window. Alex, I'm going to be busy for most of tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to cover that. And then on Wednesday, of course, I'll be covering the What If episode. All over the place is Grace, what is more prestigious on a movie poster? First billing, with billing, or and billing? That's a good question. First billing is the most prestigious, but if you have a small role and you can't possibly get first billing, they will do with or and to give you a little extra space. So let's say you come in and you have a supporting or small cameo, but you're such a big name they want you on the poster. That's why they'll say and or with. Hey, Bring Toys to Work. That's a fabulous username. iReady says, do you think Dune is destined for success? I know somebody who saw Dune and they felt that it was not commercial and had a lot of the problems of Blade Runner 2049. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm not too surprised because, it's Denis Villeneuve. I'm not totally surprised he would make the same mistakes again, right? So we'll see, but I hope it's very successful. Pastor Madeline, you were on fire with the questions today. Successful hold for Free Guy. That's a great question. Well, obviously, anything less than if it's less than something in the 60 percentile range, because I think everything so far has been dropping high 60s to 70%. But anything with a 6 in front of it, hey, Tech Fragrance Marvel fan, that's a funny name too. Anything with a 6 in front of it will seem a little too close to 70 for everybody to feel good. So if it can drop with something like anything else, even in the 50th percentile, like Jungle Cruise did, people will be like, woo! Jungle Cruise, I believe, off the top of my head, dropped 55% in its second weekend. So I think that if it could drop even less, Free Guy is so good. And since it is theaters only, I could see it dropping in something maybe in the 40th percentile, which would be wonderful. But that's very aggressive. I don't want to put that on there. Tech Fragrance Marvel fan says, I've watched your channel for so long. I'm so glad I finally subscribed. Me too. Welcome to the party. I have to say I appreciate everyone who tunes in. Everyone is welcome, even if you can't become a member. I just love having you here. But if you can become a member, it's great. I get to know you a little bit better, so I love that. 3 more minutes. Sion says, what are the chances of Loki being nominated for awards next year? It's a crowded field, boy. Like White Lotus, I think, is going to really do strong as well. And it's so far, I think there's a little bit of a problem in that, will the Academy and voters remember? I think we have to see what comes out in the interim, but I think for technical, I don't know about acting, maybe for Tom Hiddleston, but I think in some of the technical categories, like certainly music, and maybe, I could see Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson doing TV and doing such a good job. I could see Owen Wilson getting a supporting nomination for sure. And maybe Jonathan Majors. I don't know. It was such a great story it's such a great actor career story with Owen Wilson deciding to finally doing TV and knocking it out of the park and becoming so important to that show. Happy anniversary to us, Keith. Tomorrow it was announced that Hawkeye is coming to Disney Plus right before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. So they're really going to make me work. But I'm like, are you kidding me with this? That's the day before Thanksgiving. Although it'll probably still be COVID, so I won't be able to go look at any parade stuff anyway. Usually the day before Thanksgiving, I do family stuff. I go and I look at the balloons that are being blown up. But stupid COVID. Bug, I am excited for the holiday season, but I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm nervous about it. Tyra, I've not heard how many episodes Hawkeye has, but it would seem like 6 seems to be the magic number these days. Oh, Dallas, I'm so glad you saw Good Omens because they're doing a second season. That's a fabulous show. I'm glad you liked it too. Sufjan says, you're more excited for DC Fandom or Disney Investor Day? Well, this year it might be Disney Plus Day. I'm just excited about all of it. I think it's great, especially when it's a slow month like August. Whew! You know, my kingdom for a story. Although I do have something for you tomorrow that I'm working on today. Who just asked that? Mika says, new Eternals trailer with Shang-Chi. There should be some trailers in front of that movie, but I think some people might be afraid to release their trailers now because they don't know if they're going to move their movie. So I'm not sure how many new trailers you're going to get with that film. Jose, the merch is coming. You know, I have to write out like descriptions of the merch, which I had not known that I needed to do. So I gotta make sure I do that. Owl Watch says, thoughts on Brandon Fraser breaking down from all the support he got from being cast in Martin Scorsese's movie. Oh, did he have a really good, I didn't know that he had a big reaction to that. He's a wonderful person. I'm so glad. He's so talented. I don't know if any of you watched the FX series about the Getty kidnapping, but he had a supporting role there, and he was just phenomenal. He, of course, was in the recent Steven Soderbergh movie. He clearly has some health issues, but I'm so happy for him that he's kept going. I think he's still an incredible actor, and I'm ready for the Brendan Fraser renaissance. Boy, you guys are sure asking me about the Camila Cabello Cinderella. I think that it looks a lot like The Descendants, to be honest with you. It seems very much like a, you know, although I think the stuff they're doing with the fairy godmother is just so fantastic. And I think there's some funny stuff about it, but I'm surprised they ever thought that could be released in theaters. It looks very much like a streaming show. Oh, it's 5:58. You guys got me. I love talking to you so much. All right, let me just give a couple of shout outs. So just give me some stuff that you're doing so that I can interact with you. What you're eating, where you are, what you're doing. Brett says, what did you like better, Free Guy or Jungle Cruise? Oh, man, that's funny. I thought they were both such amazing surprises. Free Guy was a little bit more of a surprise, though. So I'd have to give a little bit of the edge to Free Guy. Jungle Cruise, I felt got a little slow in the third act, and some of the VFX were a little wonky. I really loved it, though. But Free Guy is like a perfect... Although I didn't love the ending of Free Guy either too much. I thought it was a tad disappointing. So I'm not sure. It's a toss-up. I love them both. Jose says, drinking a beer and washing dishes. That's awesome. Pastor Madeline is eating butternut squash while my husband mows the lawn. That's great. J. Scott Garibay, another J. Scott, is prepping for Dungeons & Dragons to play a game. That's excellent. Juan, when you come up with a stand name for me, I can't wait to hear it. Thank you. Dallas Graham is eating some avocado toast. Very good. I think I might have some baked chicken tonight. Jico just finished watching Frozen 2. Hey, Luis Felipe M. Castro. I like your shades, your aviator shades there. Evelyn says, working or pretending to work while I watch the show. Oh, good for you, Evelyn. I won't tell on you. I love the name Evelyn. Let's see here. Terry, where'd Terry go? Terry says, going out for supper tonight. What's your dinner plans, Miss Randolph? Oh, thank you. I think I'm gonna have roast chicken, and I might have some baked beans with it. Mikey Bray says, in Yorkshire, UK, in bed, ready to go to sleep after the stream. I love that we're your bedtime story whenever we can have the streams. Let's see here. Thomas Hastings says, I am double vaxxed and double masked on a flight about to leave New York. Oh, wow. Where are you going? Yeah, I would double mask. I double mask when I go to the movies now, which, it's not too bad. You get used to it. Elliot says, at home reading some Ms. Marvel comics for the first time. Oh, those are great. They really kind of lost their way when they got rid of the original writer who co-created the character. But they're still very good for a while there. Tyra Nicole says, in Baltimore, drinking a glass of wine and having a delicious 3-cheese pizza. Oh, that does sound delicious. Good for you. Spying Mentor says, just finished the first day of school. Oh, that's excellent. That's great. I hope you felt safe and you had a good time. Nuno says, watched Jaws, Pulp Fiction, and Rear Window for the first time last week. What a lineup. Someone's sending themselves to film school. Thomas says, going home for my dad's wedding in Ithaca. Oh, wow, Thomas. That's great. Congratulations to your dad. That's so great how supportive you are of him. That's really nice. Lamont, yeah, I do wear my glasses, and they sometimes do fog up, which is really annoying. With the masks. All right, I'll do a couple more. Bring Toys to Work says, in Dallas, putting a new action figure display video together. That sounds fun. Christiana Blue says, hi, Grace. Hey, Christiana. Finishing up a long day of work and then finishing unpacking. I just moved into a new apartment and I love it. Oh, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Someone's being productive during the pandemic. Bartek says, watching you just before going to sleep. It's midnight in Warsaw. Oh, that's so cool to be talking to you all the way in Poland. Let's see here. Amaro knows the pain of fog in the glasses. Yep. Who has their glasses fog up when they have a mask on? It drives me crazy. Anase is working and drinking coffee. Excellent. Derek says, watching this while I pretend to work, moves mouse around. Yeah, that's awesome. You need a break. You deserve a break. Kim, 94.5 is eating some ramen, and I love the use of the emoji. Really paints a picture. Terry knows the glasses thing. That's funny. Danielle, your use of emoji is also excellent. Elliot knows the same problem. Yep. Amy, hi Amy, making dinner in New Hampshire. Patrick is excited to play as Black Panther tomorrow. That's fantastic. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the video game. Marvel's really behind in the video game market. They need to catch up. But, knowing Marvel, I'm sure that they will soon. Raymond Wilson, you're playing Disney Emoji Blitz? I have a friend who loves that game. She's really, really good at it, too. That's so funny that you're playing it as well. How many emojis have you gotten? She has gotten, I play it, too, sometimes, but I'm not as good as she is at the game. Hey, Captain Keen. I'm glad you just made it. I'm about to sign off, but I'm glad I got to say hi to you. Oh, Food is My Friend is also getting ready for the Black Panther DLC. This Black Panther DLC was a good idea. Oh, you're in London, Captain Keen? That's excellent. Jose Delgado, after you finish the dishes, you're going to make chicken tacos. That sounds delicious. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry to hear you fell down last winter. Oh, be careful. All right, everybody, I'm going to sign off. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And watch out for Shang-Chi spoilers starting this evening because people are going to have starting to see the movie. So thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.